Well, hi. Today is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. On Friday, the CB Captains, the local semi-pro soccer team that plays in Council Bluffs, had an open tryout, and I talked with Taylor Stanton before the tryout, and he told me that they had 70 signed up, 70 players trying out for the CB Captains. That's exciting and a lot of local interest. And speaking of local, there's a local player that is on the team. His name is Logan Hanigan. He is from Omaha, more technically Elkhorn, but he's going to be on that team this year. And I caught up with Logan. We're going to bring you that conversation here in just a little bit. Also, I wanted to say thank you to Natalie and Jean for hosting such a great party Saturday night. I went to a vinyl party, so we were playing records, and this is what old people do. But it was such a great time, and I wanted to take along something special to this vinyl party. So I stopped out at Canesville Collectibles in Council Bluffs, and by the way, Tim Behrens, who's the owner of Canesville Collectibles, doesn't know I'm doing this. This is just something that wanted to give him a big thank you, because he has such a wonderful facility. It's like walking into a museum that on the surface looks very haphazard, but it's not. And he knows exactly where everything is. And I walked in and he said, hey, and asked me what I was looking for. And I said, well, I'd like a really clean copy of City to City. And he said, oh, Jerry Rafferty just got one in today. Come on back here. And he took me right to it. And look what I came back with. Is this not cool? Even has the sticker. That's the original sticker from when this was bought in a record store. Let's see. This came out, I think it came out in 1979. Well, it says here, United Artists 1978. So that's when that came out. So that's when that sticker would have gone on there. And while I was over there looking, I found something else that I picked up a copy of as well. Check this out. A lot of folks talk about this, that it is their favorite Queen album. This is Little Queen, has a Barracuda. Also, Love Alive is a phenomenal song. Wow, it's really, really good. Got to play both of those Saturday night, and a lot of other great music too. So it was a wonderful time. And Tim said, hey, if you're going, make sure that you take some flyers. So I brought some with me, because there is a music and collector show coming up. It's put on by the River City Record Club, and it's still about a month out, Sunday, April 6th, and it's going to be over in Omaha on 60th and Grover at Firefighters Union Hall. It'll be going on from 10 to 4 that day. So we'll tell you about it again when the date gets a little bit closer. But for collectors, and maybe you're looking for that hard-to-find album, there's a show coming up in April. So hope that Tim and everyone else involved with that has a very, very successful day. Also, speaking of successful, the AIM Institute's mission is to grow a strong and diverse tech community through education, career development, and outreach. And one way they do that is through a program called SWIFT. That is Southwest Iowa Free Technical Training. SWIFT provides accelerated training for Iowans interested in a career in technology. And with the Charles E. Lakin Foundation providing the funding, participants can register at no cost to them. How about that? Next class is coming up this spring. I understand it's on the schedule. Go to aiminstitute.org and you can learn more about it. Also, Just Sue Creative can help you build your business with website design, search engine optimization, content creation, marketing, everything you need to take your company to the next level. Sue Pitts really has a passion for small businesses, helping them thrive in this digital world. So if you'd like to learn more, a great starting point is by going to her website, justsuecreative.com, and schedule that free consultation. And we wanted to remind you that GT Motors on Broadway in Council Bluffs has an ever-changing inventory to help get you in a quality used vehicle. Trucks, large and small SUVs, passenger cars, even sports cars. GT Motors can help. Check out their inventory at gtmotorscb.com, and be sure to stop by the lot at 21st and Broadway, because vehicles are changing every single day. They even provide on-site financing. That's GT Motors, 21st and Broadway in Council Bluffs. Well, as we mentioned before, an open tryout was held on Friday for the CB Captains. And, here's a young man who is already on the team. You weren't out there trying out, right, Logan? You didn't have to go back out and retry out again?
No, I just had to make an appearance.
Just had to make an appearance. How was it Friday night? I'd heard that there was a lot of players signed up.
Yeah, it was good. There was a lot of guys, a lot of new faces.
And how did things go? About as you expected? Did were you seeing some talent that maybe you hadn't seen before? What was happening?
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of guys that I hadn't seen and a lot of guys that shocked me and brought a lot of things to the table that I didn't think I'd see, to be honest.
Really, really, that's kind of cool. And I know that everybody's got to be excited to get a season started and actually get into some actual competition against some other teams. So before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about your background. Where are you from? What got you to the CB Captains?
I'm born and raised in Omaha. I've been here forever. I was playing with a Sunday League team against CB Captains in one of their first contests, and they came over and walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you want to join our team?" And I said, "Hey, why not?"
Well, that was kind of, also you actually your tryout was a game that you were playing. Was it a scrimmage or was it an actual game?
It was a little scrimmage, like a
Just kind of
little
a
friendly.
scrimmage.
Yeah.
Were you anticipating that at all? Was that something you thought could happen?
I did initially because we got told on our Sunday League team that we were going up against the semi-pro side, and so I figured I'd try and kind of show off a little bit to get on
Hmm.
the radar, and it clearly worked.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, it's, and I know that there's a lot of talent in the coaching staff. You talk to Taylor; he's got a huge background in soccer, and there's a huge interest in our area for soccer. So I think that's testament to having. What did Taylor say? I think 70 showed up for that tryout, or at least had signed up for it. So that in itself just shows you how much interest there is in the area.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the soccer interest has been growing for years in Omaha, and I've noticed it coming in through high school and going into college.
What did you play back in high school?
Yeah, I played my 4 years at Oakhorn.
Okay, and how did that go? How did that prepare you for what you're doing now?
I was a freshman on varsity since the beginning of time. I've always been a hard worker. I've always put myself out there to be that guy for everybody, and I've just kind of always had that professional mentality of have to be better than everybody else. And
No,
so I've
that.
always tried to work and work and work, and it's gotten me here.
What is the biggest differences that you see from the previous level where you're playing at to now playing on a semi-pro team? What kind of differences do you see?
Physicality is the biggest one for me. The physicality between coming through high school, playing not very physical. There's no contact really in high school, to semi-pro where there is a lot of contact where you don't get anything called, and it's honestly like a rough wake up call that you get. But then the other one is speed of play. Play is so much faster at semi-pro level.
Was it a huge adjustment for you, or do you feel that you picked up that new speed pretty quick?
I picked it up pretty quick, but I noticed the change across the board, across every player.
Is it a conditioning thing for you too? I mean, with it playing faster and playing more physical, I would guess that it's going to require you to be in better conditioning than maybe you were even before.
Oh, for sure. I'm still trying to get back to my peak high school fitness, which I need to be better than that to be on this team.
Yeah, I'm trying that too. Yeah, that's you could tell that's really working out for me. So how what's the process now? I mean, are you guys having practices now, or because I don't think the season starts until late spring, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we had our tryouts on Friday. Team will be decided soon, and then first practice is on Wednesday, and then practices I think will be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays up until April, and then they're going to change in April to a more professional style practice, and then first game is I think May 10th.
The first time that I ran into you guys was last year, and the team was practicing at Kern Park. And because I walk around that track all the time, and I'm looking around and say, well, there's a soccer team here. And then as I get a little closer, I realize, oh, wait a minute, these are not high school guys. I didn't have any idea where you'd come from. And that being natural grass, I mean, are you guys still planning on practicing there? Do you know, or what, or is it going to be on more of an artificial surface?
So for now, we're still going to be at Kern. We like the actual feel of natural grass. Every soccer player will tell you natural grass is better than turf, but it's just hard to get good natural grass. But for now, we're at Kern, and then sometime in April, we're going to be at the fields by the Tyson buildings in like 23rd to 24th Street in Council
Yeah,
Bluffs.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's natural grass down there too.
Hmm.
And yeah, well, as a dad, I was down at some rec league games down there with kids, so I'm familiar with the area. But uh, is there a difference between playing? I mean, if you're practicing on grass and then you go to turf to play a game, is that a completely different feel? I would guess that even the ball kind of behaves differently, doesn't it?
It's not necessarily a completely different feel. It's a different. You definitely have to change a little bit, but it's not completely different. The ball just doesn't stop as much or as fast as on turf than it does on grass. But it's not anything we can't handle or anything we haven't figured out yet.
How about for you? Is it different with like planting and making cuts and things like that? Is it a different feel for that?
No, I actually prefer turf because I slip more on grass just because when
Really?
it's surface, it just
Well,
doesn't catch as much.
right.
But I prefer to play on grass actually.
Well, tell us a little bit about the team, and at least as far as what you've known about being a part of things. What kind of talent are you seeing in being a part of with this?
I'm seeing a lot of talent. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are coming through from high school or guys that are ex-college players or ex-semi-pro players. We've got guys as young as 16, guys as old as 39. I mean, we cross everything. I mean, we've got guys international, we've got Americans, we've got homegrowns. We've got a little bit of everything.
Well, and also with getting closer and closer to an actual season, it's got to be kind of getting your juices going a little bit. Is now it's okay. This is real. This is really going to happen, and I'm playing semi-pro soccer.
Yeah, I mean, it's never felt more real than right now.
I can, I can only imagine what it's like for that. And we're also, I mean, we're really excited to have you here and have you in Council Bluffs and be able to get out there and support a homegrown team. And you being local right here, I know that there's a lot of local players, but there's also international players on this team too that have come. So I haven't really understood completely where all these guys are, how they're finding out about the CB captains and getting here, but it's adding to the level of skill just across the board with all of this.
Oh, for sure, 100%. You can't hurt to bring in more guys.
Exactly. So at this point then, with practice just getting started, you've been out training on your own, trying to get in any kind of conditioning, or is it the type of thing that you wait and just do with practice
I'm always that guy that's always working on my own. I've been working on my own for the last 6, 7 weeks.
already? And out in the cold, out in the snow, all of that stuff. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot of running on the inside and stuff and recovery and
Well, very cool, man. I'm very grateful for your time. I wish you the absolute best. Keep everybody healthy all the way through. That's the main thing. And we're looking forward to actually getting this season started.
us as well. Thank you.
Coming up later on this week, we're going to have an opportunity to talk with Joe at S&B Country Kennel. He has one of the top spots in Southwest Iowa. When you need to know your dog will receive only the best. They do boarding, daycare, grooming, self-washing, training, and they have a membership-only dog park that's over an acre in size. S&B Country Kennel also has rescue dogs, so be sure to check with them about adoption possibilities. S&B Country Kennel, located just west of I-29 on Bungie Avenue, south of Council Bluffs. A new episode of the podcast Circle of Trades with Air Serve Heating and Air Conditioning's Travis Waldstein and Waldstein Plumbing. That episode is active now on YouTube, on Facebook, and it's the audio only is out across all of the platforms. So, we brought in Rick Graybell from Foxco Fabrication to talk a little bit more about his. He's at the World of Wheels. There we go. He's at the World of Wheels coming up this weekend at CHI in Omaha. I've seen some of the signs he's taken. So if you have an interest in a metal sign for your man cave or your garage, Rick's going to have a lot of cool stuff out there. So I hope that you will head on out and take in World of Wheels. And I heard that O'Reilly Auto Parts has discounted tickets for that. So stop out there. And otherwise, tickets are $22, but you're going to see all kinds of cool stuff. So, and I'm planning on going. May even be sit in the booth for a while and act like I know what Rick's doing. I don't, but it should be a lot of fun. And that podcast with Circle of Trades and Travis Waldstein, that is out as of today. All right, that's going to wrap things up on this Monday. A reminder, a brand new show that we have started called Local Roots, Pottawatomie County, Iowa. That has launched today, so we encourage you to take a look at that. If you're catching this right as it's released, first thing 6 a.m. in the morning, well, the local Roots show comes out at 8 in the morning, so you may have to wait a little bit if you're one of the early risers. But if it's after 8 a.m. on Monday, March 3rd, then it's already out. And you can see it on the same platform where you're watching this. And we hope that you take a look at it and help us out with that. We're looking for some new, reach some new people with this and talk with some new nonprofits and some new small business owners and just learn a little bit more about what life is like in small town Pottawatomie County, Iowa. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.